There's usually two types of people when it comes to accountability. There's the weenie who blames everything on his external circumstances. He doesn't take any responsibility whatsoever. And he even gives reasons to why the things that can be controlled can't be controlled. And then there's the ultimate man. This guy takes 100% accountability for everything. He isn't a victim of his situation. His situation is a victim of him. And that sentence actually makes sense if you replay it. He takes ownership for everything and even the things that is out of his control. Let's all strive to be like the ultimate man. Story time about when I was a weenie. So back in the weenie days, innit, I would not hold myself accountable whatsoever, and pretty much like, oh, it was crazy. So it'd almost be like I would just refuse to take responsibility for anything I did. So it'd be like maybe I got bad grades. No. Let's use this example. Actually, I get bad grades in school, right? Like I don't exactly remember what I got, but I'd get like bad to good enough grades, and I would always blame it on my teacher. Always, always, always. Like, bear in mind, I was playing 7 hours of video games a day on a school day. So I wasn't like revising or anything. I wasn't working from 3 p.m. when I got home to 10 p.m. when literally 9:59 p.m. like literally 1 minute before my bedtime, I'd probably be playing video games. So it was roughly about seven. Obviously, I'd eat and stuff, but it's like, bro, I'd probably be like gaming whilst eating. I was just a crackhead, bro. So yeah, and it's like I would always blame everything on my external circumstances, and that almost sapped power out of me, because if I was a victim to everything, it made me weaker, and we'll explain why that is later on. So what actually, in dumb people terms, in like year one type terms, what actually is accountability? Accountability is pretty much understanding that you are responsible for something. Like, something is your fault, pretty much. That, in simple terms, is accountability. Now, we said earlier that the ultimate man takes 100%. Can't speak. 100% accountability for everything, even the things he can't control. The reason why accountability is so important, the reason why holding yourself responsible is so important, is because that once you realize that everything is your fault, you realize that everything is in your control. Because once you realize that everything is in your control and that you can somewhat manipulate everything to help you, you allow like you unlock the ability to make crazy amounts of progress, because you can't, everything's in your control, so you technically have full control over the outcome. And every successful person knows this. Every single successful person understands that when you hold yourself accountable and you realize that everything is in your control, your ability to make progress skyrockets, because you can manipulate the outcome. Obviously, I'm going to have to disclaim this. Obviously, the objective truth of the world, it might not be your fault. Like, the sky didn't rain because of you. You get what I'm saying? Don't be stupid with it. Don't be like, oh, sky's raining, oh, it's my fault. Don't be stupid, innit? Hold yourself accountable in a mature way. Obviously, the objective truth of the world, it could be it's not your fault, innit? But the way I see it is, how on earth does that help you to put the blame on someone else? To How does it help you to literally stop controlling something that you could potentially, like, obviously, like, the weather can't be controlled by you. You can't be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna manipulate the weather so it's sunny. Like, you can't be stupid in it. But like, there's no there's no point in being like, oh, it's the teacher's fault I got bad grades. Or it actually is because the teacher wasn't in, or like the teacher's XYZ. That does not help you. The best thing you could do is probably like, you know what? It's I could probably change something about me which would give me a better outcome. And don't put too much pressure on yourself. Keyword, too much pressure on yourself. Because, no, that was multiple words. Two, you get the idea. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. A little bit of pressure and a little bit of stress on your self improvement journey is actually very beneficial to you. Because if you don't go through stress and you don't go through pressure, then like you probably might not get to that next level, or maybe like you won't get that as fast. But like obviously don't put too much pressure on yourself. Don't like, let's say let's say something really bad happens. Maybe you or like one of your family members get super ill. Like, don't say, oh, that's my fault, right? Because like at that point you're just causing yourself mental stress, and you're like almost saying like you're the reason for their like things, and that's just not nice. So how do we become more accountable for ourselves and even for the people around us? But let's just focus on ourselves. How can we become more accountable? Accountability is like a skill in a video game which we can level up. So, how do we get the skill of accountability and start leveling it up? And it's a simple new mindset that you must carry, and you need to do it in a mature way. You are responsible for 100% of the things in your life. That's simple. You are 100% responsible for the things in your life. Now, I know, like I just said previously, like, oh, don't like be stupid with it. But if you want to, I guess you could be, right? Because it's not like, you're not gonna get run over by a bus daily, or like it's not gonna be like some extreme level thing daily, right? But majority of the time, yeah, a lot of things are in your control, and if you start taking 100% accountability, you will see those things that you didn't see before. Take care.